Hello, you're welcome to Code Camp. Today, our episode is going to be on one of the sensors, that is the moisture sensor. And we are going to see how we implement the sensor in reading the moisture level of our soil and then being able to use that reading to pump some water into a piece of land to water some crops. So today we are going to go agricultural. We are going to go towards where we can implement IT in the area of agric. So let us move to my decks to see what we have here for today's tutorials. Okay, so welcome once again. On my decks, you can see a number of items scattered around. So this is the sensor that can sense the moisture level of your soil. And then this is then connected to your Arduino. In this case, we'll be using the narrow shell. And then with the Arduino Nano, then we have our motor driver that will help us to be able to drive this particular pump. At this point, we then put all the components together. We first start with the moisture sensor. We configure it to find out the right way to connect it. Then we get the right cables. We put them together. We connect our sensor. Then we look at our shell. We mount the microprocessor, mount that of the motor controller. Then we mount a switch to it that will enable us to be able to control the system. Then we detect the right cables, detect the right port that will be able to mount the moisture sensor. Then after that, we mount the moisture sensor on it. Then everything is configured properly. We put away every unnecessary thing for now. Then we connect it to the computer and go ahead to program it. So what we then need to do at this point is for us to get to our Arduino IDE. So quickly, let's move into our Arduino IDE to see what we can have there. At this point, we can now load the code onto the Arduino board to see what we have here. And if I should dip this into water, I should expect the reading to go down a bit. And the more I dip it in, the more the readings will go down. So that is how the sensor works. The higher the value, the less moisture you have, and the lower the readings, then the more moisture you have. So I've dipped it in and I expect some values to go down. You can see that it has gone down to as much as 336, 37. So it's going to be within this range. But even with that, this reading is not that friendly for us to use in interpreting and taking decision. So we decided that why don't we work with a value between 0 and 100. So 100 means good amount of moisture, 0 means little or no amount of what? Moisture. So we did what we call mapping, where we converted the value we are going to get, which we know is between 300 to 1023, converted it to 100 and 0. 100, which is higher, means there's much moisture, and 0, which is lower, means there's little moisture. Now we are at a point we can take a good decision. So we say if the value is less than 30, that means the moisture is dry enough, the land is becoming dry. Then in that case, turn on the pump. And to turn on the pump is very simple. We increase the speed of the pump to 255. We show the direction and we get it. So I think we should rather show the direction before we increase the speed. So I'll take it this way. So we indicate the direction first. So by doing this, we are indicating one direction. And when we exchange the high and low, this one becoming low and this will be high, then we are moving it anti-clockwise. Then we now indicate the speed. At what speed do we want the pump to pump? So we want the pump to pump at its higher speed, and which is 255. So if you want the lowest speed, then you could reduce it. Like if you go in for 0, that will be turning off the pump. So at this point, we now entered into the next stage. And the next condition is that if it is not less than 30, that means it's higher than 30. Then in that case, there is enough moisture. So what do? Turn off the pump. So to turn off the pump, we quickly just reduce the speed of the pump to 0. That means that the pump is not going to actual pump. Then we print out whatever we are reading from it. So at this point, I would even like to comment out this because we already have 10 on, 10 off. But I think seeing the values is also important. So let's just leave it that way. And then we do some delay. So we wait for about some 1 millisecond, and then we go on again to read the sensor, convert the values, check whether it is less than less than 30. And if it is, we turn on the pump. If it's not less than 30, that means there's enough water. We don't turn on. We do this, we do that, then we go back again. So that's why we call it a loop. So it continues to happen and happen all over and all over. Have an empty glass, and then we are reading 100%. Our sensor is reading 100%. Enough water. We move halfway. So we are reading 89. So we move up a bit. We are reading 79, 65, 40, 37, 40, 37. We are almost at the verge of pumping. Then we move up a bit. And as you can see, the water start pumping because at this point, we are reading lower than 30. So we are reading lower than 30. So it's pumping. So you can see the water pumping. So at this point, this water would have been pumping to your agro farm. So that is how what would have been happening. To have been pumping to your agro farm. So we have the water pumping. So that's how simple it is for us to do or to make an automated garden. And that brings us to this episode. And I hope you actually enjoyed our automatic watering system for our garden. So you can do this at your backyard, get your piece of land, then you get a source of water and put this back there. You can automate this. For instance, if you have a well, you can automate this and this will work perfectly. So I'm thinking of coming out with a project later, uh, which is going to look something like what will be seen on our screen. And then we will then have the sensor, and this sensor will do what we call the irrigation. So the sensor will sense the moisture, and then after sensing the moisture, it then determine whether the land is wet or not. Then it's allow the water to pump in, and that will give us a perfect irrigation system. So that was lovely being with you throughout this episode. It was fun, it was entertaining, it was very educative, and it was productive. So please like, share, comment, and please recommend certain projects for me to take. Sometimes I'm so busy, I can't even think of what to do for you guys. So recommend projects for me to take. This particular project was recommended by one of my students who says he wants to see how the water pump and automatic water pumping system is done. So I dedicated some time and I've just pulled it out. So why not recommend very nice projects for me to see whether I can pull it out for you guys?